So coming up next, we have our second semi-final, so it's going to be CIS versus CIS. Once again, we have Arzu and Sakr0n. Both these guys do play Katana. Sakr0n, known mainly as a Kung Jin. He does actually play a superb Katana, as you guys would have seen. And throughout the CS Pro League for Season 2, was also using a bit of Katana as well. Used Katana a couple of times at the Season 2 finals. But to be honest, his Kung Jin is actually where the main bulk of his results have actually come from. Using Kung Jin, where he would go Katana, and if it didn't work out, he'd go straight to Kung Jin, either Bojitsu or Shaolin, and do damage and win that set.
Well, Season 2 finals, literally that to a T. He started off with Katana, didn't go so well against Perfect Legend, very, very, very close. But he actually brought it back 2 games with Kung Jin. I believe it was Bojitsu he used against Perfect Legend, wasn't it? I'm sure it was Bojitsu.
It was, yes, it was Bojitsu Kung Jin. In that, basically, it depends on what he wants. I mean, we could very well see a Katana mirror match here. But if we don't see a Katana mirror match, we're probably going to see Kung Jin versus Katana. Or, you know, maybe he's been playing a secret character. But here's the thing when CIS fights CIS. These guys are quite a closed, tight-knit community, right? They play each other all the time. So what we might see in this match, who knows? He's going straight into Kung Jin. He's not going to give him the mirror. It does look like we're going to see... Now, the question is, what variation? Arzu's probably going to go Katana. Looks like he's thinking about it, but...
He actually is hovering over Kombat Pack 2. Really? Could we see... Or is he just teasing right now? Cassie Cage. We did see Arzu play Cassie Cage at some point in Season 2, I believe.
We did indeed. We did indeed. Maybe he doesn't like the... Well, it's because of range on limbs and mobility, right? Maybe
but
that's
Sakr0n's
why...
also picked Bojitsu again.
50-50s,
I would love to be able to ask these guys as to why they pick these variations that we never see anymore. I mean, I know obviously Hollywood Cassie is a different story, but Bojitsu Kung Jin, Sakr0n is this phenomenal Kung Jin player, but seemingly just picks this variation out of nowhere, and it's... He always has so much success with
catching that flip kick, full combo. Now, this is one of the reasons Sakr0n opts to go for Bojitsu. He loves playing Shaolin as well, but if he's not really getting the neutral tools that Shaolin offers, and he's just hitting loads of 50-50s or highs and low, or overhead, you know, low mix-ups that Bojitsu has quite a few of, he will basically opt to Bojitsu just to cash out damage. And the question is, he's going for the standing one. Nice step back into that back one, just catching that button press and standing too far out of range to be punished himself.
Wow, and as soon as Arzu decided to delay his wake-up, he did seal his fate. That down one, gonna take it. Nice patience on Sakr0n just to stay in his face, waiting for the delay wake-up. Because obviously once you delay your wake-up, you can no longer wake-up attack.
Oh, and he's going to get the nice armor chew up there. Nice hit confirm, full combo. Bojitsu still does very respectable damage meatlessly. 33% just like that.
Nice, oh wow, nice wake-up flip kick.
Kung Jin, kind of notoriously hard to anti-air, but Arzu finding a way. The step back again, not ready for the hit confirm. Or he just a slight execution there. A nice up one for the anti-air.
That dive kick just to make it. Capture 29%. Sakr0n completely controlling the pace of this game so far.
Oh, wow. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, jump back dive kick. Now Sakr0n just knows. He knows when to press a button as Kung Jin. You can tell, like, the amount of time he's played this character. The question is, are we going to see Arzu go straight to Katana now? I don't think we'll see Cassie again. He didn't seem very comfortable. I know it's definitely not something he plays, you know, on a regular basis in the Pro League. He has pulled it out before, but it's not something he goes to often. It's definitely not as much as we see him go Katana. Maybe now we'll see him go to the Kombat Pack 2 pick. No, he was straight to Katana. He was hovering over Triborg. We might see him go for a surprise Triborg pick if this also doesn't work out. Sometimes when you fight someone, like, it's just a matchup that you just don't like, you know? Sometimes your characters just can't hang with a specific matchup. So sometimes it's very common for players to basically pick up a new character just for that.
I mean, it does sound difficult to learn multiple characters at a competitive level, but if you can put the time in and be able to reap the benefits, you know, you never have to play a bad matchup. If you know enough characters and you cover the cast enough with your choices, if you never have to play a bad matchup, you'll be surprised just how much easier you'll make life for yourself in a competitive setting. But at the same time, the downside is it is quite a lot of effort to learn multiple characters.
He's caught by that standing back. I mean, it's not even that Arzu is getting hit by the overhead and low mix-up. Excuse me, sorry. It's almost like he's taking a step back to bait a poke. So when Arzu brings that poke, that's when you get caught, you know? Just like that.
Sakr0n just absolutely mauling Arzu right now, just not letting him breathe, just getting in and staying in until the match is over. Now making the hard reads with the up arrow.
I mean, there's a lot of range on those strings. Nice counter poke with that safe mix-up. Catches the... and there we go. There's the mix-up. Immediately after enforcing that I'm not afraid to go for that forward 3, which is mid-overhead, goes straight in for the forward 3 into the low strike.
I like how we see him go into the meter burn low, because obviously in the corner that can launch. So it basically turns it into Shaolin's mix-up in the corner if you use the bar.
Absolutely, Sakr0n just all over Arzu right now. Ready for the jump in. Not quite ready for the anti-crossup. I mean, that's always the risk against fighting Raw Storm is. Tries to get the poke on the NJP. Doesn't quite get it, but I think too far away to punish. I wonder how punishable the NJP is on the way up now, seeing as they made that adjustment.
Let's go watch out. Oh, wow, and that absolute ultimate read from Sakr0n. Just that really slow, quite frankly, terrible projectile just thrown out perfectly.
I am digging this Bojitsu pick. I am really impressed with this Bojitsu pick because he's got the range, he's got the whiff punish ability, he's got safe armor for if you want to disrespect those frame traps, good punish for meterless damage so you can save your meter on those reversals.
Bojitsu just plays Mortal Kombat X very well. You know what I mean?
Of course. But it's the air projectile that Sakr0n used right there. He saved it until the last minute just to control that airspace. You know, you can't jump around and throw fans if that airborne projectile is there. Now, Arzu going for the cosplay costume. I like that one. I like that one a lot. I mean, we know he's gone back to Cassie, but I want to talk about those costumes.
I mean, I like the idea. Can we also talk about how Chrome finally made his way into the game?
Chrome confirmed via the Jackie Briggs Player 2 recolor.
To a degree.
To a degree. I mean, it's not really Chrome, it's Jackie. Dressing up as Chrome. But, you know, hashtag Chrome. Oh, catch is good. Block there. I mean, that could have been a low. Nice counter poke once again on the safe armor.
Wow.
Wow, game one repeating itself almost immediately. That's exactly what happened in game one.
At this point, I'm just not sure if I can see Sakr0n losing this set. He's just in so much aggressive control, just non-stop.
Arzu just needs to turn the momentum in any way he can. I know it's easier said than done, but he's just getting mauled right now. Sakr0n's just waiting, he's reacting, he's just all over him. He's in his head as well, in that he's stepping back to bait a button press, and that button press is always coming. Like, Sakr0n knows exactly when Arzu wants to press a button. Oh, tries to do it again. Nice read on Arzu, though, waiting for the overhead and catches it. That's going to be a full combo. He's not going to drop this one. However, this has been changed. Catches the jump. I mean, Sakr0n is going to go down, but that was one of the changes to Cassie Cage. You can no longer nut punch when the opponent is high up in the air to get more than intended plus frames on that nut punch.
But Arzu manages to get his first round on the board. If he can do 5 more, he can win the set, but he has his work out for him, and he is stuck at Hollywood. So even if he manages to win the game, Sakr0n is going to have the benefit to change if he wants to.
That's a full combo punish. One of the strengths of Cassie's back one. Chasing down those unsafe, but a lot of pushback moves. Oh no, tries to press a button. Nice hit confirmed from Sakr0n. Good damage. He's going to go for the hard knockdown. One of the changes that the CIS Kongjin players specifically go for. The hard knockdown on that string to maintain pressure on Waker.
Trying to jump out. I'm not sure it's going to quite work.
1-1-1. What's the mix-up afterwards? A lot of patience waiting for the nut punch. It doesn't come. Tries to whip punish the NJP. Still alive. Oh no, nice conversion. Sakr0n steals that round away and finds himself on match point.
I think Arzu's just, he's not I understand 50-50s are 50-50s, but he's trying to backdash at situations you can't backdash. He's getting caught by wayward jump-ins, so it's not even 50-50s. He's just straight up getting hit, and it's hurting him so much.
He gave up a lot of life in that round. It was all him. I mean, it was looking really good for him.
Max range overhead. Wow, and Sakr0n's going to go for the splat.
Oh,
and a wonderful read.
He just waited for that. He waited for the flip kick, saw it. Nice anti-cross up, but he's got a mountain to climb right now. Commits into the overhead. I respect the attempt. I massively respect that attempt, but it just doesn't work out. In that situation, if he got the 50-50, it'd have been in a great situation. He wanted to save the bar. He didn't want to commit and spend his only bar, because once you got the hit, I mean, you could have done the meter burn flip kick to be safer. But then what do you do after you've landed the hit? I think he committed to the meterless 50-50, and on hit would have gone in for meter burn nut punch, and then would have established more pressure because the meter burn nut punch was
basically do or die situation. Either go for the vortex, like basically live and die by the vortex. If he blocks it,
we've
GG.
seen a lot of that today.
If he gets it, maybe you can turn this one around.
We've seen that a lot today. People that they basically, it's make or break plays. You know, these risky but, to be honest, calculated decisions where you can see it, and even if it doesn't work out, your brain will tell you, I know why they made this decision. It just didn't work, you know. So huge congratulations for Arzu. I mean, all the CIS guys and Jinman that have made the top 4 this week and have proved that they are serious. They are no slouches. They are not slouches.
Going out in top 4 is not really that bad, though, because we see players make season finals on consistency quite a lot. I mean, let's be real. In season 1, we in Europe had Fasol make season finals on basically nothing but 4th place finishes for the majority of the league. Undead Jim managed to make it for season 2. He didn't win any weeks, but he had a lot of consistency. So if these guys can keep this up, I would say maybe it can happen again in season 3, but I think this season is going to be so much harder.
I agree.
I think to make it, you're going to need at least a Grand Finals placing.
I think potential, I guess, stragglers, people that kind of make it by the fine line of points. I just don't see that really happening in Season 3. Now CIS and EU are combined. Because all it's done is, it's expanded on the player base, but what it's also done is it expanded on the amount of really good players that are going to be able to enter this one league, which, as you can see, is making for some insane top 8s. Like, we're Sakr0n just showing us why Kung-Jin is still strong, but not with Shaolin. I know everyone plays Shaolin Kung-Jin. Sakr0n has put so much time into the character. He's playing Bojutsu, you know, a variation that everyone just dropped. You know, about a few months after the game came out, everyone plays Bojutsu. Bojutsu gets nerfed, and everyone stops. But Sakr0n continues.
But then, yeah, at the same time, people will pick Shaolin for the standing 350-50 launcher, which he does get in Bojutsu in the corner as well. He gets the meterless damage.
There's that 50-50 right there, spending the bar, but you choose your poison when you fight Kung-Jin. I mean, do you take the splat? Do you take the splat of one of the options, or forever, or do you finally try and get that read on where the 50-50's coming, try and block it, guess wrong, and get full comboed for your troubles, just like we saw there? I mean, that's the strength of Kung-Jin. Very safe, although, to give Sakr0n his props, Shaolin is the safe variation. Bojutsu is actually, if you don't hit confirm, very unsafe as a variation. But Sakr0n is on point with seeing those strings connect and hit confirming into the uppercut to get the damage. He's not just doing it. And that's what really separates a fantastic Kung-Jin player from an average player. You have to be on point with your hit confirms, especially when you use Bojutsu.
So this will mean that our first Grand